Now let's go over our Beignets ingredients. What we're gonna need is 3/4 cup of warm water, 1/2 cup of warm milk, and by warm I mean your temperature needs to be between 90 and 105 degrees for both. Somewhere in between there, so that way our yeast doesn't die off and we give it a chance to thrive and be happy. We need 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and bread flour will work perfect for this. So if that's all you have, go for it. You're gonna need 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of shortening, and the one that I'm using today is the butter Crisco shortening. I really like that one. 1/3 cup of sugar. You're gonna need frying oil. You're gonna need cookie cutters, and you can pick your cookie cutters for your season. You know, the Disney beignets are a favorite here in my household, but if you guys are gonna be making these for an Easter festivity, a Christmas, use those type of cookie cutters. All right, so let me go ahead and show you how to get this started. First, you wanna get your warm water, add it to a nice deep bowl where you're gonna be resting your dough. We're gonna add the sugar, give it a good mix. You just wanna give it a start to dilute the sugar, because the yeast likes it warm, a warm bath, you know? Just like us when we go relax for a bath. It's the same thing the yeast adores. So now we're gonna add our yeast. You wanna make sure that you mix your yeast, your sugar, and your water blend really well. And what we're gonna do is, I'm using instant rise yeast, but if you're using any other kind of yeast, you wanna let this brew for about 10 to 15 minutes. Since I'm using the instant yeast, it only takes me about 5-6 minutes to see if this is gonna work well for me. And that's kind of what I recommend for you guys. You can cover it with a plate, you can cover it with a nice kitchen cloth, or some saran wrap. It's gonna be your choice. So I'll see you guys in just a few moments. Once you've reached that nice foam, bring it in for you. Once you've reached that nice foam on the top layer, then we're ready to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our milk. Before you add your milk, if you've been waiting for the foamy part of your yeast, you wanna make sure that your milk is also warm, meaning 90 to 105 degrees. When you add it here, if you add your cold milk, you're gonna mess with the yeast. So make sure that when you're adding your milk, it's at a good temperature and it's warm enough to continue the party. I'm gonna add the salt. Give that a gentle mix. So now we're gonna add our egg. I don't know if I told you guys, but that egg is room temperature. So the color we have going on right now is a nice, creamy, golden color. So once you've added all those ingredients, we're now gonna add 1/2 of our flour. Mix it. Once you've added all this combination and it's well blended, we're gonna add the rest of our flour. But before we add the rest of our flour, I'll show you guys what happens in my kitchen. My shortening started to get cold, so I gotta warm it up, because when we're gonna add this shortening to our blend, it needs to be warm, not hot, just warm enough to where it's melted. So let me go ahead and warm this up again. Okay, so once you've mixed half of your flour, you want to add your shortening at this point. Okay, and you're going to continue to gradually add your flour. If you guys are using a KitchenAid, you know that you don't need to do that. You can just go to town on it. Okay, this looks about good to me, a good nice mix. So we're gonna turn it over on our board. Give it a good little mix with your hands on here. Okay, so you're gonna coat your board a little bit. No. Toss it over. So we're just gonna knead this just a little bit until we get all the combination blended well together. You don't want to over knead it, and you want to knead it just enough to the point to where you get rid of the flour that's on the outside. And you'll see once you're working with this dough, it doesn't take you more than 2 to 3 minutes. You really don't need it more than that, because then you're going to make this dough really tough. Okay, let me rinse my hands real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my bowl that I'm going to let my dough rise in, and I'm going to coat it with some oil. If you guys happen to get a hold of cottonseed oil, it's the best kind of oil to use for making beignets because it has a neutral flavor, but I currently don't have any. I don't use it often, but now I'm encouraging myself to go buy some. But it has more of a neutral flavor to it, but I'm going to be frying mine, and what I'm using is canola oil. So put it down that way. Helps me coat the outside. You guys already know how I do it. There we go. I'm going to cover mine with some saran wrap. You guys can use a cloth, whatever you want to use. My kitchen's cold, so I figure the saran wrap keeps it nice and warm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in my oven with the light on at 0 degrees, just so that I can have enough warmth to rise our dough. But if you're in a home where it's nice and warm, you can just leave it sitting on your counter. And we're going to let this rise for about 2 hours. So I'll see you guys in 2 hours. Okay friends, this is one of our favorite blends for our family. We had a similar style in Disneyland, and they had a watermelon chili powder type of blend, and this is one of the top favorites for the kids. But today I'm going to be making one on the side that I'm going to be tricking Bebe, because he loves this candy, so I want to see what he does with it. So I'll keep this one to the side, but I'm going to show you guys how I make the other one. And depending on the color that comes out, sometimes I add extra sugary colorful flakes, and these are red. Almost out. They're very tiny.
Is that glitter? Those other ones did have glitter.
These have a little bit of a sparkle in it, and we're gonna have to do it that route. And if you guys want to say hello, welcome back, Cloudy.
Hey guys.
She knows I'm making beignets and she's ready.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, I really enjoy having my sister's help, and I give you guys better angles when she's around, so yay, Cloudy. Today I'm gonna be using my grinder. I haven't tried this on a blender. Let me know if you guys tried on a blender and if it works out, but I'm gonna be using the grinder today. I have 10 pieces of watermelon Jolly Rancher candy. If you guys like the raspberry, you can go with raspberry. They have a delicious apple, but the best one is the watermelon. I know you're gonna wanna go for cherry. The watermelon's the way to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it in. And I know you guys like to grind on the dance floor, but this is the exception in the kitchen when you're gonna be grinding. So we're gonna grind this. I'm gonna grind it at a 12, and I'm gonna go for a medium, okay? And I'm gonna start there. Oh my gosh, that smell smells like my childhood. Ah, I love it. Sometimes with these grinders, you want to help it and give it a shake. And that's kind of what I do. So it's like, give it a little shake on that dance floor, Views Club, yeah!
Do not stick your finger in there while it's still plugged in.
I'm not, Cloudy. Oh my god, it smells so good.
Oh my god.
Isn't that amazing?
That smells so good.
Careful when you guys are inhaling, breathing around this substance, because it is powder, like powdered sugar. So
It is like powdered sugar, right?
it really is powdered sugar. Candy, sugar, you're set. So you guys are ready for it? Make sure your grinder is unplugged or you're gonna have a sister telling you to unplug it. Ay, Claudia. So we just have a nice, delicious, powdery form. This is delicious. Dip your finger. It's kind of like the fun dip. So if you guys want to skip this step and you get one of your kids' Halloween candies or any of those nice treats that are powdery form, like those little bottles with the candy powder, whatever flavor you can find, go for it. This is going to work. I'm sure the ring pops would work just the same for this. You just got to grind them. So I'm going to add some of my red. Well, all of it now. And the next one you want to add is your Tajin. If you don't have Tajin, you can use the Trechas, and you can use other kind of blends that you have, like these little seasonings that you get at the Mexican store, grocery store. This is Tajin that I'm using. You guys make it comfortable for your home. Give that a good mix, and after you mix it, I want you guys to taste that. Guys, no joke. That's amazing on its own. It's gonna bring you down to your knees flavor. So I'm gonna set this to the side. Let me just clarify this, guys. Most Mexican people do really put Tajin on everything, and cinnamon and sugar will always be a churro to us. So I'm gonna make a small little blend. I have half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm gonna mix it with some of my powdered sugar. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are going to be doing a baby shower, a holiday party, you can change the color in here for whatever you need. Boy, girl. You guys are set. Birthday parties. I mean, the options are endless. You guys already know when moms are trying to figure out what you're going to make for your kid's birthday party. These are a great way to make them. And the best part is that you can make this dough, put it in the refrigerator. You can even freeze it and let it thaw out. The options are endless and they all work. So what we have here, we have our watermelon chili blend, cinnamon sugar, and traditional flavor. So I'll see you guys once we start preparing and assembling these delicious beignets. Okay, this has been resting for about 2 hours. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We even got our little bubble up here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to put some flour on our board or countertop, wherever you guys are making them. And this is going to be messy. Don't stress out. Oh, it smells yeasty, delicious. Make sure that you have enough flour on the bottom so that it doesn't stick. It's almost like it wants me to make a pizza beignet, huh? Okay. I'll throw some of the flour on the bottom. You'll see that this dough absorbs that flour quickly. You want to stretch this out to about 1/2 inch. Okay. I'm going to start cutting up our beignets. I purchased this cookie cutter in Disneyland by the Winnie the Pooh ride. When you exit, they have a cute little store there. And I got it for like $6, I think. It's pretty sturdy, has this little press, which I love. Okay. And for those of you that don't have a cookie cutter, don't stress it. I'm going to show you right now how to make them. So, you want to cut them into some squares the traditional way. Well, you know my home cooking turns squares into triangles, rectangles, and all the above because nothing goes to waste. All right. So the rest of the little parts that are in here, I'm going to end up cutting it up into small little bite-sized pieces and continue to use them. So I'll see you guys in just a minute when I get over to the fryer. Okay guys, you already know that trick with this wooden spoon, or your own wooden spoon. That's going to work best because you don't need the spoon. So what you want to do, pick some wooden chopsticks, a wooden spoon, put it in your oil. When it boils around the spoon, that means that you're ready to fry at about 375 degrees. Let's get this started. So what you want to do is your beignets that you have over here, this is going to go fast. So we're going to start off with 3 and we're going to move. Okay? Cloudy has a shield over here. She's always been terrified of the oil, and she gets terrified with me behaving this way.
Just don't be reckless for all that oil.
Yeah. If you have smoke coming out of your oil before you put your beignets, you're gonna burn them. It's not gonna work out for us. Okay?
Oh my goodness, it does keep its shape.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for them to be a golden color. Oh, so pretty. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited.
When I saw you tasting them for the first time, I knew that you were going to go home and obsess over them.
I did. The first time I had the Disneyland beignets was a little bit after I had Punky. I think maybe he was about 10 months old. And I had them, and everybody was just so excited that I'm like, when's the next time I'm going to go to Disneyland? Because it's like once a year, every so often. And, let's see, let me turn this one real quick. So I went home, I looked for some recipes. I looked for recipes for French donuts themselves. Talk about all the different kinds of flours they use, and just so many varieties. So after going from regular milk, evaporated milk, half and half, all the options, I think I finally got it right, so... I'm curious about the original Views Club, like the OGs that used to see me do mukbang and cooking. Like, you guys already know that I love to cook. So these are already ready. You see that golden color? That's what you want to take them out. It's coming out a little bit more golden than what they are in the camera. But when they get to this golden color, that's when you want to take them out. Okay, here we go again.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought these were gonna be kind of like, I know you made them before, but in my mind I was thinking it was gonna be like when you go to a Mexican candy store and you ask for the Mickey piñata and it looks nothing like Mickey.
Really? You thought I was gonna give you a bootleg piñata? You thought I was gonna give you a hand-me-down piñata, dude? That's messed up. Guys, I'm about to kick her out of the club. Girl, we're gonna have to vote you off in just a moment. Ooh, yes. Alright, once you see the bottom turn the golden brown, then you just tilt them over. See, this one still needs some time. Ooh, that one went too much. Too much. Yep. You see that they're turning that gold really quick? You gotta lower your temperature. That actually looks like an alien head.
That one looks like Oswald.
It's the ones that are bigger, the cookie cutters that are bigger, guys, are not gonna come out as Mickey Mouse-ish. So I suggest you guys...
They're gonna come out like the Mexican piñata.
They're gonna be the Mexican piñata. I'll show you guys after I take all these out. I can't stand you, Cloud. So if you guys can see over here, this is gonna be your Mexican piñata Mickey Mouse. That's from the big cookie cutter. So if you guys are out on the prowl for one, get the smaller one for this treat. All right, let's prop in the OGs, the original styles. Maybe not the triangle.
Oh, look how that one bubbled up. Kind of cool.
These are like the French sopapillas, you know, for Mexico. We make sopapillas, so these are very easy for us to do.
Oh, you make those so good?
Yeah. Some nice, delicious honey. We can use Gus's honey, oh man.
Girl, don't be saying that.
I know, imagine one of these days Gus is, he's like, that's not my girl.
Then go ahead and say it.
Ooh,
Let
Gus.
him confront me.
Let him confront you. Okay, we usually go road tripping when we take my mom to Mexico. And there's a stand in California that's called Gus's Honey. So when my sister was on Match.com, we were harassing her about Gus's Honey and how it was, because she was flirting with him. Like,
I was not flirting. It was, he liked Leo. And so he was winning my heart over.
you know, it's always best to put the powdered sugar on these as soon as you take them out. But for the sake of our video, we're going to do it our way, okay? You guys at home, start handing them out. Alright guys, I'm going to keep frying these and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, once we have our beignets, you're going to pick your powdered sugar. You don't need one of these sifters, but I find that it's a lot easier for me if you have a little shaker. It's always a lot better. Yeah, woo! Make it rain! Yeah! This is gonna be amazing. Alright, I'm gonna set these to the side. Can you hold that right there for me, Cloud? Oh my god, this blend smells so good. Woohoo!
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Whatever's left over, pour it back in. Should be fine there. Alright, so now let's get started with our other ones. We're going to do cinnamon and sugar. It's going to be quite a mix for everybody. Somebody's going to be like, mine tastes like cinnamon, or it tastes... They're going to have an April Fool's style. Alright guys, I'm going to start plating these and handing them out to my children. I'll see you guys in just a moment.
Azúcar!
Azúcar! Hey! And that's how you make a delicious beignet. The recipe's pretty exact. I think you guys are going to be very successful with this recipe. Don't forget to send it to me on Instagram or Twitter. I appreciate all of you that share on Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed, take the time to subscribe. Click that bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Adios! This watermelon and Tajin one has me going. If you see less beignets, it's because my family already went to town on most of them. So I asked them to keep me a few for you guys to see. Bye. You guys, look at this. I'm over here. I need to hurry up and take a bite out of this because... Oh, let me try them. Okay, if you guys don't have a cookie cutter, don't want to do the squares, you can just cut them into little sticks like this, and they're going to be just as good. It doesn't matter the shape. It's all about the flavor, and the flavor is guaranteed pretty much, so enjoy.